So again, find your mountain pose. Your knees have a very soft kiss of a bend in them. Go ahead and let your arms go out to your sides. Let your arms just dangle naturally where they will. I want you to feel as though you can press all four corners of your feet into the mat. Take a couple of moments here. Gather your thoughts. Pay attention to your breath. Try to let your shoulders relax from your ears. I want you to begin to wiggle your fingers, articulating your fingers, spreading them out wide as you do. Your eyes can be closed for this. You don't have to see what you're doing. But just spread your fingers out wide. Begin to rotate your wrists back and forth. From here, we will begin to roll our shoulders up, back and down, going backwards. Do that for at least 2 full breaths, if not more. When you're ready, you can reverse and take your shoulders forward. From here, I want you to just drop one ear to one shoulder, doesn't matter which. And then take the arm out away from you in the opposite direction, giving your neck a nice little stretch. Slowly release the hand that is outreached and bring your head back to center and get that on the opposite side. So you're just dropping that ear towards that shoulder on the same side and then taking the opposite arm out. When you take it out, I don't want it to be shoulder level. It should be out at an angle as though you're reaching for something down beside you. Slowly and gently bring your head back upright and bring your hands to your heart. Begin to move ever so slightly side to side, picking your feet up off the mat. All right, you're going to take your feet just a little bit wide, and you're going to bend one knee and go to one side and then go to the other. Nice and easy. Nothing crazy. You're going to sweep your arms out. On an inhale and on an exhale, you'll bring them back to center. Do this at your own pace, with your own breath. And even if your breath gets out of whack, maybe you're not breathing when you're taking it out, or it's not the same motion of breath that I started with. With me, especially since I'm talking, I tend to get my breath in and out mixed up, and that's okay. But it's a nice, easy movement, and we're just waking everything up. Now we'll just keep our hands at our heart and gently go side to side. And then eventually bring your feet back underneath you, approximately hip distance apart. I'm going to turn just a little bit sideways. You're going to bend your knees. And remember how we arched our back yesterday? You're going to take your arms out and round your back, just like you would if we were on all fours doing the angry cat. You can bend your knees a little bit deeper, but only if you'd like, and then let your arms drop. So now you're kind of standing here like Igor almost. Your back is rounded. Your tailbone is rounded. Your pelvis is tilted up and forward towards the front of your body. And you may feel this across your lower back, which is where you're supposed to feel this. We're letting gravity help us to stretch our connective tissues and the fascia. And then you're going to slowly come back upright. Take your hands out. Take a moment and step side to side. Take whatever breath feels good and natural to you. And then we're going to find our feet about the width of what a yoga mat would be. So it's a little bit wider than hip distance. You're going to take your arms out and bend your elbows. You're going to bring your hands together and just interlace them and gently twist side to side. But just your upper body. Your hips are staying facing forward. And you're just gently twisting side to side. You should feel this stretch from the middle of your spine wrapping around towards the front as you twist side to side. We will go ahead and take our feet just a little bit further out. Take our arms out to our sides, airplane fashion. Reach to one side and come back up to center. Reach to the other, come back to center. Try to inhale as you go out, exhale as you come back to center. Go ahead and let your arms drop down by your sides. You're going to bend your knees a lot and come into a semi-forward fold. I don't want you to dangle your arms. I want you to let your hands stay up just above your knees. And we're going to do that angry cat back again. So you're going to round and then flatten. Round and then come back to a neutral spine. Round once again, come back to neutral, and just continue to do this with your own breath. I prefer to inhale at the neutral back and exhale as I round. Again, you may feel this in your lower to mid back. You may have stiffness there. As always, I remind you to never do anything if it causes you a sharp pain. So if this is too much, you can go back to a more upright position, doing the arch and then coming to neutral. We're going to go ahead and come back to the center of our mats. And we're going to do a pose that I meant to do yesterday, which was tree. Now, if you need a chair or you need to be able to put your hand on something, feel free to scoot over to wherever you might need to be. You're going to spread the toes of one foot and shift the weight into that foot. You're going to bring the heel of your opposite foot onto that standing leg that you've just shifted your weight to. And you're going to take your arms out at an A. Your big toe on the leg that is not holding all the weight never has to leave the floor, okay? You can stay here with your toes on the floor the whole time. We're going to inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. We're going to stay down this time. If you'd like, you can try to creep that foot onto that calf. And if you fall out, which we all eventually do, just take a moment and kick your feet side to side. Put that weight back into that standing leg and get back into the pose. You can have your arms up like cactus if you like. And then we'll just come on out. Kick your feet side to side. And now you're going to place the weight into the opposite foot. Spread those toes. And gently bring the heel of the opposite leg to that foot, to that calf. Take our arms out at an A. Again, you don't have to come up here unless you just want to, if you're feeling it today. We're going to inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down, up and down. One more time, and down, and stay. If you like, you can try to creep that foot up. And if you fall out, once again, kick your feet out. There's no shame in it. It happens to all of us. Some days are better than others. But again, spread those toes of the weight-bearing leg, shift that weight to that foot, and come back into your tree pose. Slowly let your hands come down and kick side to side. We are now going to find a comfortable seat, either in a chair, on the sofa, or on the floor. Again, I didn't have time to set up, so I'm going to sneak into my closet, make sure I can see what time it is. It's my handy dandy clock. And I'm going to grab my blanket so I can have a comfortable seat on the floor. Once you are on the floor, Let one shin be in front of the other. Does not matter which one. Close your eyes. And just take a couple of breaths. Again, I remind you that if you do join a live Facebook class, please hit the like button or the heart button or any of those little happy faces that we have so I know that you're here. Like I've said before, because my phone is across the room from where I'm at, I can't always see who's sending me love or likes, but I will look at it later and try to respond. From here, with your hands on your knees, all you're going to do is lean to one side, come forward, and go to the other side, and just make a big circle with your upper body. Thank you for all the loves and likes that I'm seeing from across the room. I appreciate you all being here and sharing this practice with me. Just really enjoy moving this slow. Try to keep your head in a neutral space, and chin lifted as you go into these circles. We will definitely give our neck some love here in a little bit with some neck rotations and different exercises. So I don't want us to be all crazy with our necks while we're doing this. All right, we're going to do one more circle in this direction. And when we come up to center, I just want you to reverse it. So just go in the opposite direction. Thanks for the likes and the loves. I do appreciate them. And I hope that you all enjoy what I'm bringing you. If there's something in particular that you would like to have in a yoga class, maybe you're having back issues or issues with your knees. Maybe you're having a little bit more stress than the stress that we're already under. Maybe you'd like to work on anxiety or even insomnia. Just let me know, and I can possibly put a video out to help you with your specific needs. All right, just a few more circles. Last one. Come up to center. Take a moment and switch which foot is in front, because that does make a difference. Since I forgot to grab my handy dandy block, I'm going to use my handy dandy paint can today in place of a block. All I'm going to do is place my hand on this paint can. I might scoot it over a little bit further. I'm going to take the other hand up and gently lean over to that side. Now, a lot of times people do this in a class and they've got their forearm on the ground. I'm not trying to do that big of a stretch today. This is all about Being easy like Sunday morning on a Sunday afternoon. Close your eyes if you like. I've got a lot of bright light coming in the room. It looks like it could storm. From here, you'll gently come upright with this hand on top. You're going to reach to the opposite leg, and I'm going to scoop my paint can, since I have short arms, and just place my hand on the top of that paint can. I'm going to continue to look in the direction that I'm twisting in, making any adjustments that I might need, be it moving the paint can or sitting up a little taller. From here, without untwisting, I'm just going to turn my gaze to look over this front shoulder. Do yourself a favor, take a moment and just smile. It doesn't have to be big, just close your eyes and smile. Bring a little happiness and joy into this moment that you're giving yourself by doing yoga. Slowly and gently untwist your whole body. Take a breath in, and on the exhale, walk your hands forward. Again, you're not trying to reach all the way out here. I want your elbows to be soft. Let your head bow down. Slowly and gently walk yourself back up to a seated, comfortable position. And we're going to get that on the opposite side, so I'm just going to bring my handy-dandy paint can right on over to this side. I'm going to place that hand on top of it, and again, I may scoot it over just a little bit more. I'll inhale up and exhale over into this side stretch. Again, I'll take my gaze upwards toward my hand, my arm that's above my head. And only if that's comfortable for your neck. If this is not comfortable for your neck, put your neck in a position that feels good to you. You can wiggle your fingers if you like. Just anything that feels good to you in this moment is what you should be doing. Slowly and gently come back upright and begin to twist into that direction that you were just leaning over towards. Again, you make the props work for you. Keep your gaze in the direction that we were just leaning over. Without untwisting your body, gently take your gaze over your front shoulder. Again, close your eyes and just smile. Doesn't have to be a big slime, just something little. The paint can tends to slide a little bit on the smooth floor, so if you're using one, be careful. Slowly and gently untwist, coming forward. This time, instead of just going straight into the forward fold, I'm going to take my legs out wide. Take a breath in, and on the exhale, I'm just going to bring my hands forward. Doesn't matter how far you go, I'm trying to keep a looseness in my elbows. And just let my head hang forward. You can wiggle your feet or adjust your feet however feels comfortable to you. If this is too much on your knees, you can actually bend your knees a little bit and place pillows or blankets underneath them. Again, keep a softness in your elbows and in your hands. Slowly and gently come back upright. Again, take a comfortable seat. We're going to do a couple of little exercises just for certain areas of our body right now. We're going to start with our neck. So all you're going to do is drop your chin towards your chest. Take a moment and shrug your shoulders up to your ears. And then take your shoulders down and away from your ears, keeping your chin towards your chest. Without raising your head, just gently turn your gaze towards one shoulder, keeping your chin towards your chest. Slowly and gently, keeping your chin tucked, take your head back to center and over to the opposite side. Slowly and gently bring your head back to center. Chin is still tucked. Gently bring your head to neutral. Now for those of you that are not wanting to be on the floor, you prefer to be on a chair or in a couch, you can go to that right now if you haven't already done so, because the rest of these poses are all going to be seated or supine, and we will no longer be standing. So with your head neutral, go ahead and gently turn it to the opposite shoulder, closing your eyes. Slowly and gently bring your head back to center, taking it over to the other side. Try to make sure your shoulders don't creep up by your ears again. Slowly and gently bring your neck back to center. This time you're going to tilt your chin upwards. Now when we do this, I don't want you to go all the way back. I want you to just gently look up, as if you're trying to look over someone who's just a little bit in your way, okay? So your head is slightly tilted up, and you gently take your head over to the opposite side. Slowly and gently bring your head back to center, keeping the chin lifted as you take it over to the other side. If at any time you need to switch which leg is in front, feel free to do so. If you are sitting cross-legged like I am. Slowly and gently bring your head back to center with the chin lifted. Take it all the way down to your chest. Slowly and gently bring it all the way back up. Again, take it down to your chest. And then bring it to a neutral space. From here, we're going to work on our wrists. So I want you to take your arms out and kind of shake them a little bit. Loosen them up. Let everything jiggle, because it's going to jiggle. And it's okay, because it's got to jiggle, it's going to wiggle. It's all good. And just shake it out. And then start to let your hands go up and down. Flopping them up and down, up and down. All right, everything's nice and loose. We're going to take our hands, interlace our fingers, and push them out in front of us. Inhale, lift them up over your head as much as you can. Exhale, bring them back down in front. Inhale, back up. Exhale, back down. Again. One more time, up. And exhale down. Without interlacing, or without an interlacing, go ahead and flip them over. They're still interlaced. And really try to push your arms out away from you. You should feel this back in your shoulder blades, the lower part of them. And then relax. Shake it out. We're going to take one hand out. Doesn't matter which one. You're going to have the fingers pointing upwards. And then you're going to point them down. flexing only at the wrist. Up and then down. Up and then down. You can inhale up, exhale down. Okay, we're going to leave it down. We're going to take our free hand and gently apply pressure right in front, pulling the hand back towards our body. You should feel this stretch along the tops of your forearms, maybe even on the inside. And then you'll flip. Pull your hand upwards and then pull the hand back towards you. Again, you're not being super forceful with this, but you're adding a little pressure. All right, let that go. Shake that out. This wrist should feel really kind of loose and stretchy. We're going to get that on the other side. So your fingers start pointing upwards. That's on an inhale. And they go down on the exhale. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Continue to do this with your own breath. And you can close your eyes. Try to keep your shoulders from creeping up by your ears. One more time, up and down. And now we'll take our free hand and gently apply pressure, bringing the hand that is pointing downwards towards our body. And then we'll get that with the hand upwards, pulling back towards the body. And then shake it out. Your hands should both feel really stretched and really loose. And now we're going to spread all 10 fingers as wide as we can for 2 full breaths. And then shake them out. One more time, spread them wide. Inhale and exhale, and another full round of breath, which is an inhale and an exhale. And then shake them out. Oh, I hope yours feel as good as mine do. We are now going to come on to the part where we come on to our backs. And just get down there the best way that you know how. It's never pretty. It never is. For those of you that have bolsters or extra pillows or whatever, here in a minute we're going to be putting them underneath our knees. So have them handy and nearby so you don't have to get up, go get them. And if you have a paint can nearby, scoot it out of your way so you don't hit it. I'm going to make sure I have my handy dandy stuff nearby too. We're going to start just by laying down on our backs. Your feet are a little bit wider than the yoga mat. And for those of you that don't have a yoga mat, it's wider than your hips, okay? The soles of your feet are touching the floor. And you're gently going to drop one knee in as the other one goes out. And just go back and forth. This is the part of the practice where you do not have to keep your eyes open. Just listen for my cues. And for those of you that are keeping your eyes open, you may see me get up and keep talking and not doing what you're supposed to be doing. So, if you see me get up and I haven't told you to get up, don't get up. Gently sway those legs side to side. Continue to take mindful, slow breaths. All right. We're going to bring both knees towards the center. Walk your feet into about hip distance, which is just in line with your legs. And you're going to bring one leg up and cross that foot over the opposite knee. So if you were sitting up, it would look like a figure 4. Don't be thinking about Ric Flair from wrestling, for anybody that doesn't know who he's from. So your feet are in a figure 4. Let your arms just fall out away from your body. The foot that is crossed over the knee, you're going to keep it flexed. The leg that still has the foot on the floor, you're going to let it drop to the same side. And if you run into your bolster or your blanket, it's okay. We're just getting a nice gentle twist. So let's say your left foot is crossed over your right leg. You're going to let your right leg fall to the right. Or if it's the opposite, you're going to let your left leg fall to the left. It just depends on which foot you crossed over. You can let your head turn towards the opposite direction that your legs are going. If you've turned your head, slowly bring it back to center and gently bring your legs back up, taking your time. Slowly and gently uncross that one foot from that knee. Go ahead and bring both knees in towards your chest. Let your hands grab a hold of the top of your knees, maybe, if that's available. If not, you can just grab the back of your thighs and gently rock side to side. You can cross one ankle over the other. However, if you do, be sure and switch. Do a couple of rocks with the other foot on top. All right, you're going to let both feet find their way to the mat. Once again, arms are out at an A. You're going to cross the opposite foot over the opposite leg from before. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, you're going to drop that knee that the foot is crossed on to the floor. And again, you can turn your gaze to the opposite direction that your legs are going. But if that's not comfortable, you can keep yourself centered. So just whatever feels good to you is where you need to be. your head is to one side, go ahead and bring it back to center. Slowly and gently bring your legs back upright, taking your time. Slowly uncross that ankle. And we're going to place the soles of our feet onto the mat. Our knees are going to be bent. You're going to take your hands down outside of your hips, palms are face down. You're going to take a breath in. And on the exhale, you're going to tilt your pelvis and slowly raise your hips up off the floor, okay? It does not have to be a big raise. We're doing a low bridge. And then slowly, one vertebrae at a time, place it back onto the mat, the sofa, the floor, wherever you're at. You're going to bring your left leg up towards your chest. You're going to grab it behind the thigh, and you're going to extend the right leg out long. You're going to slowly release your left leg down the length of the mat and bring your right leg up. You're just going to grab it behind the knee while your left leg is extended. And if you want, you can grab it on the top of the knee. I'm just offering behind it just to be more accessible. But you take what feels good to you. Slowly and gently extend that leg the length of your mat. Let your arms fall out away from your body. Let your eyes close. I want you to focus on the sounds that are outside your room that you're in. If at any time you need to make an adjustment, bending your knees, feel free to do so. You don't have to open your eyes. Just do what you want to do. But continue to focus on those sounds outside of the room that you're in. Maybe you hear birds. Maybe you hear children playing. Maybe you hear cars revving. Maybe you hear commotion in your house. Maybe someone's doing laundry or clanking pans or whatever. But just focus on that. Your next breath, I want you to focus on the sounds that are in the room with you. This includes my voice, my breath, your breath, Whatever sounds might be playing in your room, you may have music on. I have nature sounds going on in mine. You might be able to hear them. I do not know. Right now it's doing a light thunderstorm. I want you to slowly and mindfully begin to wiggle your fingers, maybe your toes, stretching them. Articulating your fingers, maybe flexing and rotating your wrists. Maybe bending one knee and then follow that with the other. Maybe you cross one leg over the other and gently twist and roll over onto your side. It's never pretty, but you can do it. Just curl up here. You don't even have to get up if you don't want to. Take a couple of breaths here. And for those of you that need to get up or want to get up or have more things to do, you can gently, or not so gently, come to a seated, comfortable, been laying on the floor, hair, kind of seated position. Big breath in and sigh it out. Let everything just go. And yawn if you want to. Oh, excuse me. Oh, that relaxed me. We're going to go ahead and stretch one arm out. Bringing the other arm down to that same leg. And then we're going to stretch the other way. Oh, still keeping all these movements natural into what feels good to you. Take a moment. Spread your arms out wide. Take them back behind you as far as you can reach. Crisscross in front. And gently twist side to side. Elbows are always lifted up off your chest. Making note of which arm is on top. You can rest your face on top of that arm if you like. And then open up wide once again and crisscross with the other arm on top. Let both hands come down. We will inhale up and exhale to the heart. Inhale up and exhale to the heart. One more time. Take a moment and gently rock back and forth. Tell yourself thank you and mean it for giving yourself this time, this moment, these minutes. The light in me honors the light in each of you. I hope that you have a wonderfully blessed day. And until next Saturday and next Sunday at 3 o'clock, Peace out.